Donald Trump held another one of his notorious rallies, this time in Texas, Robstown, Texas. And two moments to take a look at. The first is truly strange and vile. Instead of setting it up for you, let's just show you how pro freedom of the press Donald Trump really is.
This country, they leak all over the place, even on the Supreme Court. By the way, you have to find the leaker of the Supreme Court. You have to find the leaker. You know how you find the leaker? They'll say, oh, this is treasonous, what I said. So they can't find the leaker. He leaked all about Roe v. Wade. Look, this person leaked from the Supreme Court, never happened. You know how you find? But they don't want to mention this because they think it's so terrible. You take the writer, because you're never going to find it. They're going through phone records. It's been a long time. You take the writer and...
Just in case you're confused, oh, am I hearing something weird? Is the computer glitching out? You are correct. He has not said one complete sentence. He keeps getting halfway through a sentence and then going, but you know the thingy-majig and the other thingy-majig, and I can't even get through one sentence. Don't know how to speak English. Okay.
Or the publisher of the paper, a certain paper that you know, and you say, who is the leaker? National Security. And they say, we're not going to tell you. They say, it's okay, you're going to jail. And when this person realizes that he is going to be the bride of another prisoner very shortly, he will say, I'd very much like to tell you exactly who that leaker is. It was Bill Jones. I swear he's a leaker, and we got him.
So if you missed it, Trump's proposal is take journalists, okay, who get information out of our government by having people anonymously leak to them. Otherwise, we would have no information about what's going on within our government except for what they are willing to tell us. And he's saying, take those journalists and say, you're going to prison and you're going to get raped in prison. Think about that for a second and then tell me who your source is. What are we talking about? And he gets a huge cheer. That is so wild and so authoritarian, the idea that you would go after the press like that, and they still pretend that they're the freedom of speech people. It is crucial that we have a free press that is able to hold our government accountable largely by investigating and getting information out of the government through sources within the government. Because if our only knowledge about the government was what they told us or what we were able to observe from the outside, we would know nothing. We wouldn't have any ability.
You can't just trust that.
Absolutely, wouldn't have any ability to hold them accountable. And so it's one of the important, roles of the press. And his suggestion is send them in prison and then make them someone's prison bride.
God.
Holy smokes. Then I think I actually had tears run down my eyes when I watched this because I was laughing so hard. Trump is speaking and I can't, this is insane. Trump's speaking and the whole crowd mid-sentence just busted the national anthem. I don't know why. It wasn't the beginning of the rally. He's just mid-sentence and then he just stands back and watches them and he goes, He also looks very unwell when he steps back from the mic. He just looks ill. But take a look at this.
People we have. But remember this, January 6th, this committee, the two things they didn't talk about, two things, was that the people went down there and you could have had over 1 million people.
They're taking their hats off. What's happening? I don't know what's happening. I'm playing the whole thing. Okay, let's pause though for a second. Y'all know how I feel about the MAGA movement, but they're actually singing really well. This is actually good for a crowd.
Okay.
America. Look at them. They have their hands on their heart. It's so funny. So, he's giving a speech, and randomly, the whole crowd starts singing the national anthem. Now, I've done my investigation, and I found out why, or at least what the, justification that's floating around. Apparently, there's this thing, oh my gosh, this is so cringy, where the people who have been locked up for rioting at the Capitol, at 9 p.m. every night will sing the national anthem in their cells. And so then it's this thing within the MAGA movement to sing the national anthem at 9 p.m. in solidarity with them. So that's why just randomly during his rally, they started singing it in solidarity. That's the justification I saw. I can't independently verify that, but very strange. And they keep trying to tell us that they're not sympathetic to what happened on January 6th, but we're singing the national anthem in solidarity with those who were violent on that day.
Yeah, because that makes sense.
That makes total sense. But again, I saw that reasoning after watching the clip. So I was getting ready for the show this morning, and I had no clue what was happening, because it's almost like they wanted to interrupt him. It was like a protest, but not, because he was, their beloved leader.
I mean, I didn't know about that part. I was watching that clip with you. It just caught me so off guard. Sing the national anthem. You do you. It's just cut him off in the middle of speaking.
Right.
That's just, what? I don't understand.
And I love how quickly he went, sure, and just backed up, said, go for it. And then all the people in the back took their hats off and put their hand in the heart as if they knew what was going on. Oh, it's too good. So there it is. That's what's happening. Meanwhile, in Trump world, that's what's going on there.